Afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful day. It's a day we have never seen before. It's a day we'll never ever see again. And I'm playing in the background a moment like this. A moment like this when I'm alive. By the grace of God, I could have died, but here I am. I know. Yeah. So I'm waiting on you all to come on and join me on Love Online because we are back. We took a little break, and of course, it's a break that would have made me better for you, and you better for anticipating my comeback from my setback. So, waiting on you to join me. Share, please. Share with somebody, tell somebody Love Online is on with Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar. We are what? On Instagram and YouTube, right? And Facebook. So share, tell somebody to come on. We have a very interesting topic to share with you on marriage, of course. You know, it's Love Online. So we are talking about exclusivity in marriage, or the fact that marriage is meant for exclusivity. So share, 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 like, hit the notification button and all of those other things that you know you're supposed to do. And get people to your friends and neighbors and the married people that you know need to watch this, and the one where you know say I give bone where them not supposed to give a bone, send it to them, and those in relationship that you know because you see them on ends. Yeah, share it with them so that we can talk about what is supposed to happen in relationships, right? I'm waiting on you while we sing, and while I'm waiting on you to um tell other persons to come on and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm also sharing that Saturday is Deborah's Courtyard, and all females across the island, you need to be here. Now, them people, I can't even see them. I can't, hold on there, them something I find. My glasses now work so well. Me look what I go on right so. Oh, Philip Diana, good afternoon. How you doing? Kiwanis, how you doing? Yeah, happy to see you. Wedding souvenirs, happy to see you. Yes, it's good to see all of you. Yeah, me I look for the whole one. Cause of course, yeah. So yes, good to see you all. Good to see you here. Right. So may I say again, ladies, Deborah's Courtyard is this Saturday morning at 7 a.m. You need to join me here on location at Temple Palm Garden or online live on YouTube and Facebook at Carla Dunbar Ministries. I believe the Lord has a word for you for this first Saturday morning. While I'm waiting on the rest of you to come on as well, and I see you coming on, yeah, get notified. You're on, yes, all right, good. So remember, share the link, share. Tell the people when you know and give bone, send it to them. Yeah, the one when are faithful in their marriage, send it to them. Send it to the married people that you know and the single wannabes, send it to them. Tell them Dr. Dunbar is on. I'm reading the comments to my side. So when you see me look, I just try to read the comments, right? Good. So tell them that I am on, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please, we are increasing knowledge. We are imparting knowledge so that relationships can be sustained. We are mitigating against the divorce rates, right? And we are not becoming a statistic in the divorce rates. We are sustaining relationship at Carla Dunbar Ministries International. We are restoring relationships here. And we are also creating relationships. For those of you who don't have nobody, you need to come here. Join us at LTMI. Join us in the gym. Join us in Deborah's Courtyard. This is the place where we hook you up for life with the people and persons of your dreams, right? Yes, so all of that is free advertisement. Nobody not pay for it. All right, so it's good to see you. All right, Lure, how you doing? Janelle, you're on. Good to see you. Congratulations, Janelle. We know the thing up and out, and we know that you're going to serve God in fullness, Lady Janelle. Yeah, it's Marlon. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So share, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Tell everybody Dr. Dunbar is on. So don't want to stress it out too much again, but I remind you again, Deborah's Courtyard is this Saturday morning. I am fresh out of Israel. You know me have a word for you, right? So you know you need to be here this Saturday morning, 7 a.m. sharp for Deborah's Courtyard. Upcoming, we have our family prayer breakfast and it's 8 staging. That's coming up on the 29th. Tickets are already out. Call the office and book your ticket. You cannot miss this prayer breakfast. This is not an eating prayer breakfast, though we will have good food, but it's a praying prayer breakfast on the 29th of April. So you have to call the office and you have to book your ticket. It's only $5,000. You can't get it better than that. That is the price we started it 8 years ago, and it's the same price we have retained, but the food gets better every time and the prayer gets more intense every time, right? So you're really not investing a lot for what you are going to be getting. So yeah, so it's nice like that, right? Yeah, Kay, how you doing? Kay Miller, how you doing? Good to see you. Apple, how you doing? Underscore Dawkins, good to see you too. Yeah. So today we are talking about marriage is meant for exclusivity. Tell me if you think that is supposed to be the case. Let me just help you to understand what exclusivity is in case you don't, right? It's where both persons in a relationship agrees to focus on each other to the exclusion of everybody else, right? So that's what exclusivity is. We are talking about a monogamous relationship, right? I was coming down from Atlanta, and the young lady who was pushing me in the wheelchair, she's actually studying to be a communication specialist. When she found out who I was, she started to ask me questions about relationship. And then she asked me, what do I think about polygamous relationship? And I said to her, I do not think about polygamous relationship because it ought not to be. It is not like you have old padaga, and you have mongrel and pitbull and Alsatian and poodle. This is a relationship, right? You are not a dog, you're not a bitch, you're not supposed to have all pursuiters, one person, right? And for the men who think that you are derived from the nations of Africa and you're supposed to have more than one wife, no, it don't work neither. Marriage is meant for exclusivity, and so is a committed relationship that is striving towards a marital relationship, a lifelong commitment, right? Because in marriage, there's a time, of course, I believe, to be exclusive and a time to be inclusive. As in, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, that is an inclusive relationship, right? And God have the love for spread to everybody in that kind of way. But when you're married, it can't be like that. But I understand that there's a time to be exclusive and a time to be inclusive, a time to focus inward and a time to focus outward. Like sometimes I focus on my children, I'm focus on the congregation, I'm focus on my staff, right? Or friendships if I have friendships, right? However, the inclusive nature of marriage protects the sacred bond that ought to exist between the two people or parties who are involved in the relationship, the husband and the wife, not the husbands and the wives. I went to a hotel one time and I saw this group of persons, they call themselves chocolate something, but they were into other kinds of relationship, like they did wife swapping and husband swapping and that kind of a thing. How are you doing, Miss Carrion Carpenter? How are you? Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us online. Right. I believe in exclusivity in a relationship. I am not the therapist or a counselor or pastor who's going to tell you that, oh, you can spice up your relationship by trying out another person. I do not do that, and I do not care who does it. I am telling you that it was not meant to be. I don't care if you call yourself a Jew, because no Jew no do that either. Just because you have read in the Bible that persons in the Bible had more than one wife. Look at Abraham. He only had one wife. That was God's original intent. One wife, Sarai, was his wife. That was it. It is because Sarai told him to go there with her maid why he did it. It was not meant to be. So nobody tell about, oh, because I'm from which part of Africa or which part of ever, The culture in those places allow for those things. But that is not God's original idea or intention for marriage. Marriage is meant for exclusivity. When you take the vow, you take a vow to be faithful to the one person that you got married to. If you did not say, you never wanted to do that, buy a couple of dildos and go hold your space. But when you decide to enter into a marriage, you enter into an exclusive relationship. Not true? Sterling Tasha, you have joined us. Roderick, how you doing? Right? Not true? Same semester wedding. Amen. Right? So if you know you can't keep one penis and one vagina, don't marry them. Because you are making a farce out of what God intends to be a holy relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But I kind of get upset with the people that think so them want to try something. If you want to try something, don't marry them. Leave married alone. Because marriage is made for exclusivity. You understand? And as I said, the exclusive nature of marriage, it protects the sacred bond because it's supposed to be a sacred bond. Now, so, yes, the evangelical, so may I say. I Norma, how you doing? What, my big friend? Yeah. Yeah. Tande, how you doing? Yes. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Marriage is meant for exclusivity, right? And it reminds us, the bond, the sacredness, it reminds us of the faithful commitment and intimacy that we should share, that Christ share with the church. That's why marriage come from God, it not come from human expedience. God designed marriage and he designed it to be exclusive. Marriage is to be three things. Marriage is to be permanent, it is to be exclusive, and it's supposed to be procreative. Not just for have pitney, but that you should evolve in your relationship and grow and be more and do more and be about more. Yeah? Because marriage is not an old long thing, it's older long and you can't thrive. And boy, my life don't know come a marriage. Who tell you that? Chrissy, who tell them that? Adapt me and say, yeah, my good as Roderick, right? Good. You understand? It belongs to everybody, Melissa. It belongs to single people. This session belongs to single people because most single people want to get married at some point in time. You understand? You want to have a good life, a good looking man where you're one, or a good looking woman where you're one, that you can know that you feel safe and secure in the relationship, right? So remember, marriage is meant to be permanent, exclusive, and procreative. You're supposed to grow and evolve together as a couple. You're supposed to remain exclusive to each other. You must make your spouse the exclusive focus of your visual sexual attention. It no matter what you see out there, because you will see things in a blind. And if you wear glasses like me, you might see more things. But it should not cause you to drift. You must focus. Like Miss Kitty Sekayana locus. So focus. You understand? Faithfulness means that the marriage union is supposed to be that. One of fidelity, one of trust, one where it is the two of you. Because when you stand before me as a marriage officer, you take vows that said, I promise. That is not a comfort to a fool. I promise to be faithful. I promise to honor you with my faithfulness. I promise to love you and to honor you and to respect you. Those are the words that you say when you're getting married. I would never say it. Would I never come to the right marriage officer if I never say it, Not true, lovely. Yeah, not true. Who this? JJB, what you say? Yeah, a truth, talk truth, don't it? All right? Yeah, for real. You understand? I don't know about these people who are married and want to run up and down same way. And you want to be dipping your pen into every ink that you see. Come on now. Yeah? Remain focused, man. I know that many couples struggle to balance their time together and apart. And I know that there can be times when, like, I take time from Mr. Dunbar every now and again to go and recalibrate myself because I have many things to do in terms of my purpose and my assignment, right? But I come back and I focus again. I don't go straight. You understand? So you need to understand this. You understand? So what are some of the things that can cause this, create this challenge? in the relationship where you tend to want to be inclusive and not exclusive? What are some of the things? I think I just want to point to three things, right? Personality differences. Spouses can have personality difference, like introvertness or extrovertness, right? Because if a person is introverted, then you want to stay by yourself and you're not really interested in the crowd and the people them and all of those things. And your partner is okay and you're okay with your partner alone. And so, whilst if your partner is an extrovert and I am somewhere on the borderline, me neither intro nor extra, right? My borderline. I say my borderline, mad, you know. But just my borderline in terms of personality. Like there are times when I don't like nobody in my space. There are other times I can be the life of the party anywhere I go because I have presence. You understand? And I know couples struggle with that. So it's important to know what your personality is and the personality type of your spouse so that you're not offended by the introvertness nor the extrovertness of your partner. It is just that there must be boundaries. So if you're extroverted, you are socializing, but you're not formulating intimate relationship or trying to lift up every skirt here or trying to open your legs like you're a clothespin. You're not. Let me just tell you that. You're not. You're not a clothespin. Don't make nobody squeeze your head and your foot open. You are not a clothespin. You understand? Keep yourself to yourself. Keep yourself to your partner. If you're not find nobody else, keep yourself to yourself if you're not find nobody yet. You understand? Because not true carry on, me no carry on, not true. I true me attack, right? So personality difference creates it can cause that. But you have to learn how to balance yourself. You have to learn how to manage yourself. Self-management is important. You have to learn to put yourself under control so that you don't run with your feelings or your inclinations or because you have the freedom to attach yourself to different people, you just do it. Why? That takes away from your self-worth and value. Hi, darling, how you doing, Carly? Hi, nurse, how you doing? Yeah, it takes away from your sense of who you are, your sense of value. You understand? You're not supposed to want to be with everybody. Because do you know that when you attach yourself to everybody, a piece of you goes with those everybody? You're never the same after an encounter, especially ladies. You're never the same after a sexual encounter. And you ladies can never forget any man that you have laid with. Men you will forget. Talk to them, Roderick. Men will forget because men's brain are wired that way and they'll forget. We will never forget. Do not lie down with everybody. Don't attach yourself to everybody either. Because everybody coming with something. Make it exclusive. So if you're exclusive to somebody, you're exclusive to them, and you're exclusive to you alone, then you're exclusive to you alone until you find the person that you can be exclusive with. So personality difference can create that challenge, but manage yourself because you can manage yourself. All of us can learn self-control. It is imperative that you do. Gender can also create a problem because men focus on task and purpose while females focus on nurturing and relationship. So that can create a little challenge right there, so too. You understand? Are we talking about things that cause cheating in marriage? Yes, we are, Melissa. We're talking about things that can cause cheating in marriage when people start look outside of their relationship instead of staying inside. Right? Not necessarily causative effects, but that, right? So people look outside. You're not getting fulfillment. So I was coming to the third point, Melissa, but you preempted me on the third thing. So I said the first thing was personality difference, and then I was talking about gender differences, male female differences, right? I was talking about the fact that because men focus on task and so on, doing stuff, and we females, we focus on more emotional stuff and feelings and stuff that can create a challenge, and it can cause you to be diverted in your views and looking at stuff and your perspectives and stuff like that. But again, balance. Come back to the thing, man, the main thing, the real thing. Who it is that you have made a commitment to. Who is this face that you want to wake up and see every day of their natural life or when the breath are kicking like Van Damme? Who is it that you have made a promise to? You understand? Because when you think you're cheating on your spouse, you're cheating on yourself, because guess what? Whilst it will affect your spouse emotionally and psychologically, who you think it really affects? You, one more color crayon added to the amount of crayons that is in your thing. Because if some of us, honestly, do a body count, we're not going to feel so good ourselves. You understand? When you run up and down, run up and down. Some men will not feel that way, because our men are cultured to think that the more woman you have sex with are they with, you're more macho, which is a real lie. But for women, it can't be the same thing, because when we do the body count, we're not going to feel so good about ourselves. When you count all of the 10 finger them and then done, you have to go out to all your toe now to try to see if you can match up the amount of man that has passed through you. Look here, don't do it. For real. You understand? We soon talk about that, Melissa. We're going to go there, so the unmet needs and all of that. We're going to go. That's the last thing I'm going to focus on. Right? But I'm talking about managing yourself so that you don't see a need to allow everybody to be in your plate, eating out of it. You understand? Like you have to dip your dipstick in every aisle that you see, gentlemen. Be exclusive. Focus on your person that you have committed yourself to. It makes you a better man. You understand? We don't have much rites of passage in Jamaica, that tells us what transitions a boy into a man. And so you think it is that, it's the amount of notch that I can put on my belt that I have slept with this many women. Look here, you're going to come sit on my chair, because there's going to be a point in time when you are not standing on all 3 feet, you're limping. And I'm going to give you a buckle of honey court weed. So keep your things in your pants. That's all I'm saying. You know me like to be truthful and real, right? All right, Fabian. Fabian, what go on? You good? Nice. Wonderful. Right? So I talk about 2 things, and then I'm going to talk about the thing that Melissa is talking about now. Unmet needs. Hi, Jolie, how you doing? And Nikisha, what go on? And Dion. Yeah. So unmet needs. Yeah, that too can be a challenge, because if you are not focusing on knowing your spouse so that you can meet the need of your spouse, then it can cause cheating, because emotional needs are real. Like need for companionship, need for conversation, need for stability, need for security, need for recreational partnership, need for family commitment, need for financial security. All of them need something there. It's not being met, and it can be a causative agent in you going outside. But you must also make a decision. So the moment your man or woman now give you the water where you need, you're going to run, say if you can get some water out the road. Water where you're going to full up a water door. Yeah, long distance, that too. That can work. I never did go this today, because I did one already where I talked about long distance relationship and how you foster it. But that can work too, the evangelical. That can work too. You understand? You hope the man them a listen. Next week you call the whole of them and tell them, say, come on, let me talk to them. Because I will tell them that I can heal the sick, but I cannot raise the dead. And when them out there run up and down, and then all of a sudden them phallic now and nothing now work for them, and them want you to come sit down with them phallicness, then better go take some foot stick and catch it up so it can work. I really something that me talk on something here. Right? So I am saying, meet the needs of your spouse, but the only way to do that is to know what they are. But if it is that your needs are not being met in the relationship, consider whether or not it is going to help your virtue and integrity to go and hook yourself with somebody else. Whilst you're still in this relationship, you have not severed it, but you take on somebody else. What good is that doing to you? Your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-concept. What good is that doing to you? That because the need is not being met here, then done the relationship if the need not meet. Done the relationship if you not seek counseling. Finish the relationship so you can move on. But why are you doing 2 people at the same time? Is what is so you multidimensional? No. So stop it. You hear me I say? Long distance can be a factor to the evangelical. But I have told persons, if you know what it was going to be before you went into it, then try to sustain it. If you know it was going to be a long distance relationship, work with it. And if it is that it just happened that you never planned it that way, and this is now the case, seek some help so that we can do it. All right? Well, over time, the Marley tell me, no, so no, no, so me have to go away. Ramona walk on, real talk, don't you? I choose something, right? So, what me I say? There are advantages of exclusivity, comfort and relief. I not have to sweat myself at night time. Security and trust. The quality of life that you get out of an exclusive relationship that you cannot have when you have an exclusive relationship. Because every night you have to wonder, I wish part him then or I wish part she then. No, do it. You understand? Be inclusive, be exclusive in your relationship. You spend a lot of time together. You are, resolving conflicts in a better way. You are seeing your partner in your future. You are not interested in other persons. You're sharing all your things, your hopes and your dreams, and all of these things. All of these things are included in an inclusive, in an exclusive relationship. So I think that's what you should strive for. A monogamous relationship where it is just you and your partner alone and nobody else, and you're not thinking about anybody else. If it is that you don't think that you can settle for one penis and one vagina, get some GGs or some dildos and moving right along. That's not right need, I know. But me just say, before you go taint yourself and cause your integrity and so to be all over the place and not know your value and your worth, better you hold that. Better you talk to God about them something there. But not about the many persons who will come and paint the colors of rainbow in you and on you and then leave you for the next green pasture. Look here now. I am Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar. It was nice talking to you today and the chat nice and it live. I'm loving it too, Loving no bad like cook food. And so Debbie will go on. Yeah? My loving no sure will go on. My loving but I have to go right now. But remember, Saturday morning is Deborah's Courtyard, 7 a.m. right here on location, or join us live online at Carla Dunbar Ministries Facebook and YouTube. Coming up is our family prayer breakfast. The tickets are only $5,000 if you're coming on location to enjoy the scrumptious breakfast. But if you're not coming on location, it is only $3,000 or 25 USD, and you can join us online because look here, the prayer better than the food, man, not lie. So buy your ticket early and join us on location or on the live for our upcoming prayer breakfast. On May 28th, the flyer not out for that yet, but we are going to have our Loveathon Summit. Free of cost all day, 7 a.m. until midnight. You can't afford to miss it. On 4th Sunday, join us for the gym, live on location. It's a date with your significant other or a date with yourself. A whole heap of things are going on Carla Dunbar Ministries International. This Sunday is our LTMI Sports Day. So you have to join us in Golden Spring at the playfield for our family sports day. Remember, relationships and marriages are meant to be exclusive. You and the person, and the only other person supposed to be Jesus Christ. If him is not Jesus Christ and him wearing a underpants, running. If it's not Jesus Christ and them in a tongue, run them. And make your relationship exclusive and monogamous. Because that is God's intent for marriage. I love you with the love of the Lord. And I look forward to seeing you again next week, Wednesday, at Love Online. God bless you.